Here's T-Bone and Heather on Star 98.3 and 97.7 The Bay.
Oh, but wait.
Here's Johnny.
Even better.
Yay!
Good morning.
Good morning. How are ya?
Good. How are you?
Oh, hanging in there. It's Friday. How can you not?
It is finally.
New movies coming out. All kinds of stuff happening.
Yeah, well, I guess it is movies, plural. One in theaters, one on streaming, that we could talk about. Scream 7 is coming out this weekend.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
7.
It's funny because, when you say any movie 7, you're like, oh, well, why are we even talking about this? But, they had quite the resurgence in the last 5, or I guess it's been 10 years now. Time goes way too fast.
And they still bring back some of the old cast members, right?
Well, they still make money.
This one, they're bringing them all back. So, like the last movie, definitely Neve Campbell wasn't in, and then the one before that, I think she had a small bit part. They were basically passed the torch onto a new group.
Is she at a point where she can pass on a movie?
Yeah, no.
But she's struggling.
The character passed the torch. I don't think she passed.
Okay.
But she also is struggling with MS, so I mean, it has to be.
No, that's not her.
Yeah, that's
Neve Campbell has something.
Shannon Doherty, and then she's passed now. She had cancer, I think. And then,
is that what it was?
What's
Cancer?
Her name? What's her name?
Christina Applegate.
Christina Applegate, Selma Blair both do.
Yeah.
Selma Blair is what you're thinking of.
Am I thinking Selma Blair? Okay.
So, but Neve Campbell wasn't in the last movie, but then there was some behind-the-scenes drama, and basically the younger cast was Jenna Ortega and Michelle Barrera, I think her name was, were taken off the film. And this one, Scream 7, it was posed as a return to the roots. So I don't want to say return to form because the last movies were doing well,
right,
but a return to the roots because Kevin Williamson, who was a 90s phenom, he created Dawson's Creek.
Oh, sure.
Van Der Beek.
Yeah, right.
And wrote the original Scream. He was back to write and direct, and Neve Campbell was back, and the whole group was back. And I think what we find is that sometimes you shouldn't go too far back to the original formula.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Sometimes you can go too far back.
Okay, yeah.
What happened?
It's just, I mean, look, it's fine. It's fine. But it's not anything past that. It goes, the ending's not a surprise, which how are you going to, it's like watching an M. Night Shyamalan sequel at 7. You're not going to be able to surprise people still.
Yeah,
Something funky.
Right.
We've all known something twisty was coming since 1996. I mean, the original was, I was 15 when the original came out. So it's been a while. We know the formula. But without the new characters, without the new style of writing, I mean, when you're writing a movie like Scream that's supposed to be up with the youth and hip with the kids.
Sure, right.
Bringing a guy that wrote the original movie 30 years ago is probably not the best formula.
I gotcha.
So it's fine. It's another Ghostface. It's getting trampled online, but I think people will, they'll be okay with it. But it's not anything people are going to rave about it. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to hear that this is the last stop for Ghostface.
Oh,
and he doesn't come back after this.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
So what else is coming out? You mentioned a movie coming out on streaming.
Prime Video has a new a movie with one of my favorite actors, Carl Urban, called The Bluff.
Okay, I saw something about that.
I
do like that Carl Urban guy.
Yeah, he's a chameleon.
That guy's all right with me.
He puts on a mustache or a beard or changes his hair, and he's a completely different person.
This is the guy that's Bones in the rebooted Star Trek.
Yeah,
and he was in The Boys.
Yep, he's the main character in The Boys, Billy Butcher. So he's in The Bluff, which is a...
you damn green-skinned monster.
I want to say 15th or 18th century. I don't really remember when pirates were, but it's a pirate movie.
Sure.
18.
And Priyanka Chopra, if you know her, she plays basically a person that's being besieged by, needs to fight these pirates to get her life back.
So when I saw the preview, I thought, hey, this is John Wick in pirate form.
Yeah, female John Wick pirate.
Female pirate form. Yeah, female John Wick pirate.
Really?
Yes.
She was in a show on Netflix called The White Tiger. That was really good too, and she's also in that Prime thing. What's it called? It's a series.
Agent or something. It's the Secret Agent.
Something like that. Yeah. And I watched that. That was real. And she's like can act like.
And she's married to Nick Jonas, who is just dreamy.
Right. Yeah. She can act like really tough. She pulls it off.
She does. And so I mean,
this is on Prime.
Yeah, it's on Prime.
Watch this
Wednesday. It came out, so it's available now, and it is fun. It is ridiculous. It's definitely
beautiful.
The choice I would have for this weekend.
Oh, okay. And the name of it is The Bluff.
The Bluff.
Okay, what else is on streaming, or and another thing I wanted to talk to you about, because not that I care too much, but I know it's in your wheelhouse, and you're probably maybe paying attention to it, is the Actor Awards, which used to be the SAG-AFTRA Awards. Are you paying attention to who's been nominated? And because it's really scaled down. Like, this is not Oscars.
Well, everything's scaled down.
Well, I mean,
Oscars aren't. Oscars have 10 best, nominations for Best Picture. But
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and I mean, there's unless they change something with these award shows, I don't see the next generation embracing them. I mean, we've kind of embraced them because of tradition.
Yeah.
But how many times can you watch the same show and say, well, this was pointless?
Well, the Golden Globes, SAG-AFTRA, the Oscars, the Grammys. I mean, it's a bunch.
Anybody was watching the Golden Globes, they were only watching it because Ricky Gervais was hosting it, and he was going to yell at all the celebrities. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And now he's gone. I don't care.
Well, like the Grammys, they seem to still be pretty respected. Like, you never hear anybody say, that Grammy show stunk. Well, maybe it's because nobody's watching it.
Nobody's
But-
watching it.
Yeah.
The numbers have gone down, yeah.
But the Oscars, it's like every year there's another. I mean, you have what happened with the BAFTA awards. You have the Will Smith slap. You have all these things. And it's like, it's like there are things happening to get the headlines, but they're not the right things.
They're not the right headlines, right?
The show's not interesting. It's not, and I think one of the big killers for these award shows was something that was revealed last year. Well, I guess it was technically revealed late last year, was, they put out a notice to everybody in the Academy saying, hey, if you're going to vote, you have to watch the movies. And everybody collectively was like, wait, they weren't before?
Right, exactly.
And, now,
so what is that? That's just a popularity contest at that
That's a hell
point.
of a statement.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and to make it publicly, and I think that they thought it was kind of a known entity, but because if you think about it, you can't watch all the movies. As somebody that had vote on awards before like this, you'd have to take a month off of whatever you were doing just to watch movies to see everything.
Right.
But you can certainly, especially if you're in the industry, watch the majors, what's been nominated.
Right.
But yeah, it was. If it wasn't a popularity contest, they wouldn't have to launch these huge campaigns. The only reason you would have to launch any kind of campaign is if your movie came out in like February and you were worried about it getting forgotten by awards time.
Right.
But yeah, no, they came out and straight up said, you guys have to watch the movies if you're going to vote. And it really, any shred of credibility that those awards had before is gone.
I heard something too about movies in 2026. They say that 2026 is the resurgence for going back to the theater. That there are huge movies coming out.
Listen, I hope so.
And people are.
I love the theater. I say it all the time. I love the theater. I love in all of it, and I hope that's not something that goes away.
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple thing, but to get up and go to the theater, or to say it at least. But in a world where, I mean, they really screwed themselves by starting to release movies on streaming so quickly after, their short-term greed beat their long-term success, because, they're releasing movies on streaming 2 to 3 weeks, even Marvel movies, 2 to 3 weeks after they're in theaters. So for somebody to make a choice and say, you know what, in a world where eggs cost $6 and inflation's going up, I'm going to spend, $75 to take me, my wife, my kid to the movies. And it's hard to do because that's a choice you don't have to make if it's going to be out in 3 weeks.
I just read an article speaking to that point, not by design, but in happenstance. I love James Bond, right? So I saw a thing, he could be the next James Bond. So I was like, okay, who's this guy? Click on it. I'm reading the article. But the thing that jumped out at me is not who they picked or maybe picked for James Bond, is that now that Prime owns the franchise,
MGM,
they said they would most likely release it in theaters and online the same day.
Wow.
Well, if you're in the theater business,
right,
really,
there should be some protections.
They gotta have a couple weeks, man.
There should be some protections for the theaters.
Not only that, but and this is going to get into the technical side of filmmaking, but that kind of plan has worse ideas or worse results than you're thinking, because if you're planning to release it on streaming, there's a huge difference between television shooting and that's why movies and TV always look so different in the past. They don't look so different now because they're shooting movies to show on televisions, and that means the lighting is different. One of the big problems with Scream 7 that's coming out this week is, and I usually don't talk about this stuff because it's boring for most people, but like the lighting is flat, nothing pops off the screen.
Right.
It's very well lit. TV is always very, very well lit. You don't have moody shadows and things like that. And when in a world where you're gearing everything towards a quick streaming release or a joint release, if you're Amazon and you know that's your platform, your greed's going to take over and say, let's make it look good on that,
right?
Not on the theater.
And that's the kind of stuff, the intangibles that you go to a movie and you watch it on a ginormous screen and the sound and everything, and yeah, you might not consciously be tracking that. Oh, well, I certainly like the lighting that, but it makes it better.
Yeah, there is a difference. There is a serious difference.
Yeah, it is. All right.
Make that choice. Tell them what they need to hear, and make that choice to go and see
to the theaters.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am a big supporter of the theater, but not like the artsy theater. I mean,
I like the artsy theater very much.
I'm not talking like.
Don't lie to you. We're going to see Hamlet this weekend.
I want to see a player singing. I'm talking about James Bond.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.